Yeah, I mean it's great. From where we are, it's a great win today. Obviously, it's a long season. It's a week-to-week league right now. We're excited. We're enjoying this win, but next week we're gonna turn the page, and it's for us. We have to figure out to be consistent. We have to put them together. We have to continue to stack again. Right now, for 24 hours, we're gonna enjoy it, but we're gonna come back. We already talked about in the locker room. Everyone's dedicated to moving forward, so that's all it is. We want to go 1-0 next week.
Yo, what's going on? It's Keith from Black Quarterback Series, and week we on week 6. That's crazy. We on week 6. Let's get into it. And so we before we get started, we'll talk about a few things. Cam Newton. Um, I did a video on Cam Newton in the summertime when I did my top 10. This might it feel like a year ago, but I think it might have been last summer. Um, where I did Cam Newton's ranked number 6 on my greatest black quarterbacks to ever play series. I think he's ranked number 6. I'm gonna leave that link up top. And the reason I'm bringing up Cam Newton is because I could talk about Cam Newton every video, honestly. But the reason I'm bringing Cam Newton up is because he got his jersey retired at Auburn. Everybody knows, anybody who speaks to me knows that Cam Newton is my favorite all-time player. You can't tell me nothing about Cam. That is like my favorite player in the world. And one of the reasons we even here talking um, on this YouTube thing is because of Cam Newton. And he got his jersey retired at Auburn, and he definitely deserves it. And the numbers are crazy. The numbers are phenomenal. The story's phenomenal. Great human. I wouldn't say great human being, but good, really good human being. Um, so I'm not gonna speak too much about it because I've done a video on it. So if you want to learn more about it, I'll leave it at the end, and I'll leave the link up top. And shout out to Cam Newton getting his jersey retired in college football. 2010-2011 season, one of the greatest football seasons, well, greatest individual football seasons ever. Swept every award, consensus number one pick, and just did his thing. Injuries derailed him in the NFL and all that. We get more into that in the video as I kick my stand. We get more into that in the video that I made. So go check that out. Congratulations to Cam Newton. The Panthers should be next retiring his jersey. He deserves it. So, with that being said, as we talk about the Panthers, I said like a few weeks ago I was done talking about the Panthers, and then these fools go out and win 2 straight and get back to 500. I think this is like the first time they've been at 500 in like over 1,000 days. So we're talking about a few years. So let's get into it. So Bryce Young, 17 for 25, 199 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. And that interception wasn't even on him. He threw the ball, he put it where it needs to be. The receiver bobbled it, and it was an interception. So I don't really think that was on him. But the story of the day is not him. It's I'm gonna butcher his last name, so I'm just gonna call him Rico number 5. So Rico number 5, 30 carries, 183 yards, and a receiving touchdown. Absolutely ridiculous. And this is not in the first time. The game before this, he had a really good game. He's like their all world everything right now, right? And whoever's injured right now, I'm sorry, I'm not versed on Panthers rosters on the Panthers roster, but he only even got his chance because the guy in front of him got hurt. This is how you take advantage of an opportunity, and that guy is probably not getting his job back because kind of it's funny that Dallas is the opponent because when you have a good running game, it opens it up for everybody else. So with them having a good running game, Bryce Young was able to do what he was able to do and actually have a good game. And Bryce Young is quietly becoming one of the most clutch guys in the league. I don't talk about it much because it never amounts to anything, but I think he has like 8, 9 game winning drives already in his 2, 3 years in the league. Like that ain't nothing to sniff at. So like it's starting to show me that Bryce is that guy that he was supposed to be. Just like every other quarterback, he needs help. He needs help. And he's been with this dumpster fire of an organization, and he looks a lot worse than he actually is. You see me looking over, I'm looking at the Monday night game. He looks a lot worse when not given the represent like skill position or the stuff that he needs. Because don't get me wrong, this offensive line is still terrible. This team is still not very good. But unlike a certain team in Baltimore, coaching matters. He coaching them guys up. Now you can say what you want to say about the Panthers, but you can tell they're being coached. They're playing. They're playing hard. Um, Now Dallas might not be as good as we think we were supposed to. They were supposed to be, but either way, Dallas is what 2-3-1, and the Panthers are 3-3. Nobody saw the Panthers being 3-3, and now too early predictions would tell you that they can be a sneaky playoff team. I'm not there yet. I need to see them get another win against another quality opponent, and then I'll make the decision. Because as much as I believe in Atlanta, they're only 2-2, and they possibly could be 2-3, depending on what Josh Allen does tonight or Monday. So, I don't know. It remains to be seen. But Dak Prescott was 25 for 34, 261 yards, a touchdown, three passing touchdowns. Pickens is making it real weird when CD gets back, because Pickens is balling right now. 9 receptions, 168 yards, and a touchdown. CD Lamb is their number one receiver, but Pickens is looking like a number one receiver. And I truly don't know how you go back to him being the number two receiver. It's going to be real rough when you got both of them guys on the field at the same time, and then you got to shift coverage over to Pickens, and then CD going to be on the other side killing one-on-ones. The Dallas offense is getting real nasty when they get healthy. But as good as their offense is, as bad as their defense is. If their defense could have got maybe 1 or 2 stops, they win the game yesterday. Because it was a shootout. I watched as much as I could. I got the little bit that I got, and I got the condensed version. First of all, NFL app, y'all need to fix y'all app. There's no reason I'm trying to watch a 40-minute condensed version of a game and the app crashes. As we gonna move on to Cleveland, there's no reason that the app should be crashing as I'm trying to watch Dylan Gabriel's possessions. The worst app. I pay $15 a month to get these games. There's no reason this app should be as bad. Fix your stuff, NFL. But overall, a good game. I'm very surprised. Very, very surprised in the Panthers, and I'm looking to see more. Dallas, I don't know what to make of Dallas. I don't know. I truly have no idea. I think they just need to get their defense together and they'll be fine. But when you trade Michael Parsons because you don't want to pay him, this is what happens, Jerry. This is why I think everybody's coming along to the fact with me that they're never going to win unless Jerry is not here. Simple as that. So, anyway, let's going from one kind of dumpster fire to a real dumpster fire in Cleveland. So, and I'm talking about, I don't know if you guys are Simpsons fans, but I know that burning tire place in The Simpsons that's been burning since 1989, that's Cleveland. That's Cleveland. So, they thought it was smart to have Dylan Gabriel throw 52 passes for 221 yards and no touchdowns and no interceptions. So, I watched this. I watched every throw that I could watch. Mostly, if Dylan Gabriel threw 52 passes, I watched at least 48 of them on the NFL app. And so these are my takeaways. Nothing special. He's nothing special. Joe Flacco could have stayed in there. I don't see the difference between Dylan Gabriel and Joe Flacco. There's no difference right now. There was a lot of drops. There were a lot of drops. I will give Dylan that. There were a lot of drops. I'm going into this wanting Dylan to be successful, because if he's successful, Shedeur can get out of there. I want it to be either cut and dry, or I want it to be cut and dry. Either he's the guy or he's not. I'd rather him be the guy, and then Shedeur can go play somewhere else. He didn't do anything that made you think, well, damn, Dylan Gabriel is the starter by far. Did none of that. Didn't do any of that. Along with the drop passes, so a lot of that's not him. I counted out of the 52 passes, or the 48, 49 that I saw, he only threw a deep ball twice. One over the sideline, and I think one on the other sideline for a possible touchdown. And he threw some hospital balls. I saw that on Twitter, and I'm like, oh man, it ain't that bad. Yeah, he be throwing them hospital balls. That's just That's just who he is. So, like, all that to say that Dylan Gabriel is nowhere near as good for Stefanski to be like, oh man, he's our starter, unapproachable. Because, and everybody is saying this, if Shador was in the game, you got to think Shador would be going for big plays. I think Dylan Gabriel is going to make an excellent quarterback for a really talented team, just like he did in Oregon. He was a good quarterback for a really good team. That way they mask all his I wouldn't call it insecurities, but they mask everything he's not good at. And so I think he'll be a decent backup. I think he'll be in the league for a long time, but I don't think he's a starter, like a day one starter in this league. I don't think he's very good. But this is kind of the stuff I was saying when I was like, just give it to the Jets game. Give it to around Thanksgiving. We're gonna see. I don't wish this on the young brother, but either Dylan Gabriel's gonna get hurt or he's gonna play so bad that Shador is gonna play. But at this point, I don't even want Shador to play, to be for real with you. This dumpster fire that we got in Cleveland, I don't want Shador to be nowhere near that. And so, hopping from one dumpster fire in this division to the other dumpster fire in this division, the MFing Baltimore Ravens. So I'm not even gonna talk about the game. All I'm gonna say is the head coach needs to be fired. They allowed 4 sacks today, 2 fumbles, and I think an interception, and they didn't score in the second half. This team looks like I know this is an NBA reference, but this team looks like a lottery team without Lamar Jackson on it. And then for Joe Flacco to sit up there, or not Joe Flacco, I'm sorry, Joe. For John Harbaugh to go up there and be like, well, we just, I'll be back, y'all. Let me find this quote. So I'm back. John Harbaugh literally said he's leaning really hard on Lamar Jackson returning for his faith in a turnaround this season. This bum just said, I want Lamar to save my job for a second time. That's what this fool just said. Now, I know I butchered it. I know I butchered the quote. John Harbaugh said he's leaning really hard on Lamar Jackson returning for his faith in a turnaround this season. What type of head coach are you? This fool literally just said, I really want him to come back and save my job because I ain't doing no coaching. I'm just sitting up there making the rest in B face. Like I'm surprised that we asked. Like it's anyway. John Harbaugh needs to go. And I hope Lamar does. Yeah. I'm flustered because I'm sick of this man. I need Lamar Jackson to just go ahead and chill, bro. Go ahead and chill, bro. Don't even come back. Just chill. Just chill, bro. Don't come back. You'll be fine. And so, I didn't really get into the game in Kansas City. I'm gonna be for real with you guys. I was kind of busy and tired. I didn't really too much care about the Kansas City game. Like, I don't know, y'all. It's just something about Kansas City I have a hard time watching. But I don't know. It's I don't know. If you know, you know. So, the Titans just fired their head coach, so I don't even think this game is relevant anymore. But I will say, Cam Ward was 26 for 38, 222 yards, a touchdown, interception. From the one drive I watched to where they scored, I think one of their things I wrote down: quick passes, quick decisions. But also on the other end, the Raiders might have been playing prevent. The Raiders is a 25th ranked defense, but they look like the 85 Bears against this offensive line. And also, going back to Dylan Gabriel also had a bad offensive line as well. So that also contributed to it. But when somebody pops, he pops. Like Cam Ward, there are some passes in this season. I'm like, oof, okay. You know what I mean? There was none of that for Dylan Gabriel. From last week when they were in London to this week when they was in Pittsburgh. So I'm just looking forward to seeing if he's that guy. There should be something there. When Lamar was playing, you're like, whoa, okay. When Pat was playing, you're like, okay. Josh, okay. Like there are certain characteristics that you see in guys to where you're like, okay, I can work with that. I didn't see that in Dylan Gabriel in my 2 games watching him. Well, probably my 1.5 games watching him. So, but but yeah, Cam Ward, he didn't get his coach fired, but the coach tried to hold him accountable, so to speak, and him not being a good coach. This is just from reports from what I'm looking at from Titans fans. He wasn't a good coach, so they fired him. Really, that renders everything that happened, yesterday non and voided. Y'all know the saying. It doesn't matter. So my last game, the Cardinals, like fifth string team versus Indy. So Indy is coming back down to earth. That offense, what's our guy name? Danny Dimes. This offense isn't as high powered as we thought it was, but they do have Jonathan Taylor, and he's always gonna make plays. So Cardinals end up losing, but like if I can find the injury report, it's so many players injured. From Marvin Harrison, who got injured this game, to I got Kyler, who was injured before the game. It's just so many injuries, and for them to fight back and make this a game, shout out to them. Brissett, 27 for 44, 320 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Brissett has always been a baller. Kobe Brissett was in this first rendition of the quarterback series. You go look at my really old videos when I was in my mom's apartment. Those videos, I think Jacoby Brissett was in it because he was starting for the Patriots. So it's good to see that he's still in the league. You look at these numbers, like I said, again, 27, 44, 320, 2 touchdowns and an interception. You don't think Shedeur can do that? People wanted to compare Shedeur to Tom. I thought he was more of a set than Tom. Really, I think he's a rich version of Kobe Brissett. And that's a really good player. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's no slight to Kobe. So, but yeah, shout out to the Cardinals. Injuries, man. You hate to see it. So, long video. I think this is probably the shortest one of the year, though. But let me know what you guys think. If you haven't seen my video for Monday Night Football, it'll be at the end of the description. My Cam Newton video will be at the end of the description. Let me know if you guys think you're enjoying the season. If you want me to go into more details about Kansas City, let me know. I kind of need a reason to because they're just the Kansas City, man. I feel like everybody's doing them, so I kind of don't want to cover them. So let me know what you guys think. I will talk to you guys probably Thursday night. Peace.